Hello and welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. So in today's video, we are discussing about some of the important organizations which are running into news, ठीक है, and their reports which can be asked in exam. So beginning with the first organization, so we will be discussing about 4 major organizations which is outside UN, ठीक है. You need to remember this fact that these 4 organizations, I will mention their name, they are not part of UN, ठीक है. That includes WWF, that includes IUCN and some other organizations that we are reading here, ठीक है. So WWF, it is not a party to UN, ठीक है. Why are we discussing this emphatically is because they have asked, UPSC has asked time and again whether any organization is party to UN or not, ठीक है, whether India is member to that organization or not, ठीक है. So WWF is not part of UN and India is a signatory to WWF, ठीक है. It is an international NGO, so World Wildlife Fund for Nature or World Wildlife Fund, this is an international NGO and it is the world's largest conservation organization, ठीक है. One major report that we need to remember from WWF, this organization was set up in 1991, ठीक है. One major report that comes from WWF is the Living Planet report. So Living Planet report is talking about some of the floral and faunal species and which is specific to which region. So endemic, which species is endemic to which region will be enlisted under Living Planet report, ठीक है. Plus they have 2 initiatives. One is Debt for Nature Swap and the other one is Earth Hour. So Earth Hour is observed on the last Saturday of March every year. For 1 hour we need to switch off lights and this is just an awareness generation program because Earth is facing some kind of danger from climate change and global warming. So we need to be more aware about this kind of repercussions and showing our solidarity with such kind of changing climatic conditions, we observe Earth Hour, which is an initiative of WWF. Plus they also have another initiative called Debt for Nature Swap, ठीक है. Debt for Nature Swap is any country can reduce their debt. So for example, Colombia, I am taking the example of Colombia because they have actually done this. Colombia has been able to reduce its total debt, ठीक है, by carrying out some pro-environmental activity, for example afforestation, lake reforestation, lake rehabilitation and lake conservation programs. If you are taking any such kind of programs, so there is some amount of your debt which can be reduced or cancelled out, that is called as Debt for Nature Swap, that is an initiative of WWF, ठीक है. WWF India, this is the Indian branch of WWF, has enlisted these species which is endemic to India and very important species from India, ठीक है. Very important species मतलब either their vulnerability status will be high by IUCN or their numbers are declining or there is a small narrow range in which they are living, ठीक है, or there is some or the other form of major threat in the form of poaching, habitat fragmentation, habitat loss, some or the other threat which is being faced by these species. So WWF India has enlisted these species which include Bengal tiger, Asian elephant, one-horned rhino, Gangetic dolphin, red panda and snow leopard from India, ठीक है. So this is WWF. We have one question. I wanted to know if you guys know the answer to this question. Please check the question. Consider the following statements regarding Earth Hour. This is a PYQ from 2014, ठीक है. It is an initiative of UNEP and UNESCO. We have seen this is not correct. It is an initiative of WWF, ठीक है. So first statement is not correct. It is a movement in which participants switch off the light for 1 hour on a certain day every year. That we saw, this is correct. Last Saturday of March month ko we observe Earth Hour, ठीक है. It is a movement to raise awareness about climate change and the need to save planet. This is absolutely correct. तो हमारे क्वेश्चन का आंसर हो जाएगा 2 and 3 only, ठीक है. The next important body is IUCN. IUCN stands for International Union for Conservation of Nature, ठीक है. IUCN is a very old organization, even older than WWF. We saw WWF was established in 1991. IUCN has been established in 1948. Because it is a very old organization, so we have given it observer status in UN, ठीक है. It has been given observer status in UN. So it prepares one book. This is the red data book. Red data book is a red list which enlists species, whether they are extinct, extinct in wild, critically endangered, endangered, vulnerable, near threatened, least concern, and all this data is enlisted with respect to red data book. Then they have a green data book. Green data book matlab their number is not decreasing, they are threatened species and their number is improving. That is called as green data book. ठीक है? And that red and green data book will enlist plant as well as animal species. In general, we study about animal species, but IUCN का list will also be containing plant species as its list. ठीक है? Plus, IUCN also comes up with global invasive species database. So, which species is invasive to which region? इसका एक database is created by IUCN. ठीक है? Plus, impact classification for alien taxa. This is also one of the report by IUCN. So, what is this impact classification for alien taxa? So, they are checking कि one particular invasive alien species, ठीक है, if they are invasive in a particular region, ठीक है, they are invasive in a particular region, तो इसका what will be the climate impact? What will be the impact, geographical, social, cultural, environmental, what will be the impact of this species being invasive in a particular region? This impact study will be carried out through impact classification for alien taxa. ठीक है? Now, talking about next body, this is CITES. CITES basically aims to ensure that there are certain species which are being trafficked across the world. There are certain species which are being trafficked. For example, from India, we know that one of the species which are most trafficked are pangolins. ठीक है? So, CITES aims to ensure that trafficking of these species will not lead to decrease in their number. Significant loss in their number should not take place. This is the aim of CITES. ठीक है? So, it aims to ensure international trade in wild animals and plants. So, it is also enlisting wild animals as well as plants. ठीक है? Do not threaten their existence. CITES itself is a legally binding treaty, just like CMS, Convention on Migratory Species. This is also a legally binding treaty. This is also legally binding. ठीक है? Just that any law, any rule which has been created under CITES will be legally binding on the government if you are signatory to CITES. ठीक है? But it is also important that it will not be taking the place of national laws. The importance that we have given to national laws, that these laws, if it is not being fulfilled, you have such and such grievance redressal mechanism. Such importance is not given to the laws made under CITES. Okay? Although it is legally binding, but it is not given the importance of national laws. Okay? This is administered by UN, not a party to UN, but it is administered by UN, and India is a member of both CITES as well as CMS. Okay? CITES has come up with Global Youth Network. Global Youth Network, which was initiated in Singapore, and this will be a knowledge sharing platform. So, knowledge sharing related to these species are being trafficked in these regions. Okay? It is critically important because this is the hatching site, this is the flourishing site, this is the migratory path. So, this is the trafficking areas, these are the countries in which it is trafficked. Okay? So, for this there will be a knowledge sharing platform, and this platform will be taken up or continued or will be processed using the youth, by youth. That is why it is called as the Global Youth Network. Okay? CITES has 3 appendices. First appendix, matlab appendix 1, if a species is enlisted, that means it is on the verge of extinction. Because of trafficking, it is on the verge of extinction. If it is enlisted under CITES, appendix 2 of CITES, that means it is not on the verge of extinction, but it requires monitoring. And if it is under appendix 3 of CITES, then it is protected in at least one country. Only in that case it will be mentioned under appendix 3. ठीक है? So, that is about CITES. CITES may we also need to study about few species because of 19th COP which was held in Panama. ठीक है? 19th COP which was held in Panama, India has requested, point number 1, that few species need to be shifted from appendix 2, that is lesser protection, to appendix 1, that is higher protection. What are these species? One is Jaipur Indian gecko. As per IUCN, Jaipur Indian gecko is enlisted under endangered list. ठीक है? Whereas red-crowned roof turtle as well as soft-shell turtle, Leith soft-shell turtle, both of them are under critically endangered list of IUCN. ठीक है? And still we do not give them Appendix 1 ka status. They are currently under Appendix 2 and that is the request from India that we need to increase their preservation status. ठीक है? Plus, इस 19th COP में we also discussed, although this was not a proposal from India, but France had proposed that we need to increase the protection given to sea cucumber. Sea cucumber are those species which are called as the garbage collector of oceans. ठीक है? So sea cucumber needs greater protection. This was proposed by France. ठीक है? Okay, so these are the species for which increased protection or greater protection was required. ठीक है? These species are often trafficked to China for because most of them consume these species. ठीक है? But there is one species for which India has asked that we need to provide lesser protection to them, and that is the red sandalwood, specifically the red sandalwood, which is cultivated in certain districts of Andhra Pradesh. ठीक है? So, there is a treaty called RST, Review of Significant Trade. ठीक है? Review of Significant Trade में there is a list of species which are mentioned here. That means, if some species is mentioned under this RST, then disciplinary action will be taken such as trade suspension against those countries who are still continuing to trade in these species. ठीक है? For example, review of significant trade, matlab there is a list of species, and if a country is carrying out trade in this RST, then there can be disciplinary action which will be taken against those countries. For example, trade suspension. ठीक है? But India has asked to remove, India asked for red sandalwood to be removed from the list of RST. ठीक है? Why is it so? The reason for this India gave is most of the red sanders that is traded off India, from India, this red sander is commercially cultivated, this is not naturally cultivated. So there will not be any threat to environment if we allow export of this. ठीक है? And it has been permitted, matlab this red sanders has been removed from the list of review of significant trade. We have successfully done this in 2023. ठीक है? Now next organization, this is also not a party of UN. ठीक है? So CITES, IUCN, WWF and traffic. These four are not part of UN. ठीक है? This is also a non-governmental organization and traffic is maintained by WWF plus IUCN. WWF plus IUCN together has maintained this list. इनका भी काम वही है that they have to ensure that trafficking of certain species will not lead to reducing their number. ठीक है? They work in close cooperation with the Secretariat of CITES itself. ठीक है? They wanted alive series on wanted alive series. They have come up with wanted alive series on 4 Asian big cats. So basically they are talking about conservation of these 4 Asian big cats, and for this they have come up with wanted alive series. So that means they want these species to be alive. ठीक है? Basically they are being traded a lot, so they are working for conservation of these 4 species. ठीक है? What are the other initiatives of traffic? One is Global Shark and Ray Initiative, which is talking about conservation of sharks and rays, and one is Fair Wild Foundation, which is talking about certain plant species to be conserved. ठीक है? So this is about traffic, which is also not part of UN. Now looking into one more question with reference to IUCN and CITES, which of the following statements are correct? IUCN is an organization of UN, this we got to know, no, this is not correct, and CITES is an international agreement between governments. So this is government plus NGO. ठीक है? IUCN runs thousands of field projects around the world to better manage natural environments, that is correct. ठीक है? But basically IUCN का काम क्या है कि red data book, green data book निकालना, and it is talking about how to preserve these species. ठीक है. CITES is legally binding on the states that have joined, but this convention does not take the place of national laws. This is also correct. ठीक है. Now talking about four or five major organizations which are part of UN. ठीक है. One is United Nations Environment Program. This is an umbrella organization. We have discussed this again and again in class. It's an umbrella organization. मतलब conservation or climate change, land degradation, any aspect if we talk about environment, ठीक है, it will be coming under UNEP. It is whether it is about air, water, land, soil, everything will be part of UNEP. So we call this as an umbrella organization, United Nations Environment Program. ठीक है. This is having headquarters at Nairobi in Kenya and was born out of Stockholm Conference of 1972. ठीक है. It is an agency of UN, and as we discussed, water, land as well as air, all three ecosystems will be preserved, conserved. Regulations will be coming up from UNEP. ठीक है. UNEP comes up with emission gap report and adaptation gap report. So emission gap report is talking about if we have to check our emissions at 1.5 and 2 degrees. ठीक है. Paris climate deal का that was the emission target. So if we have to check our global rise in temperature at 1.5 degree and 2 degree, what should be the emissions permitted, how much you have promised and how much you are emitting. This is called, the difference between these two will be called as emission gap, and emission gap report is given by UNEP. Plus we also need to keep on adapting ourselves to live with the changing environmental conditions. So this will be assessed under adaptation gap report of UNEP. ठीक है. It also assists developing economies, some kind of technological help, some kind of, for example, you need some assistance from developed world. So that kind of assistance, financial, technical, all such assistance will be granted by UNEP. ठीक है. And it is the implementing agency for GEF, Global Environment Facility. It's a fund. So Global Environment Facility is a fund which will be funding some major initiatives. For example, GEF funds UNFCCC, UNCBD and UNCCD. But apart from this, it also funds Montreal Protocol, implementation of Montreal Protocol, Minamata Convention, ठीक है, Stockholm. So these are some of the organizations and conventions to which GEF is funding. तो GEF के लिए implementing agency. So UNEP will tell that GEF, you go and fund this initiative. You go and fund this initiative. That will be called as the implementing. That is why UNEP is called as the implementing agency for GEF. So the funds will have to be implemented through the programs initiated by UNEP. ठीक है. And UNEP along with another major organization called World Meteorological Organization comes up with a report called IPCC. This is Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. ठीक है. IPCC report is given by UNEP along with WMO. ठीक है. Solution to plastic pollution. This was the theme of last meet of UNEP which took place in in 2022 in Côte d'Ivoire. That is solution to plastic pollution. ठीक है. IPCC, which is a report from World Meteorological Organization and United Nations Environment Program. So IPCC comes up with its assessment report. ठीक है. Assessment report of the IPCC, that is Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. This is an assessment report which takes place after 5-6 years, 6-7 years approximately. ठीक है. This report is not done on the basis of survey done by IPCC itself. So it will go to every country and ask, Acha, give me the survey data of your country, give me the survey data of your country, and it will just analyze all these data and submit its report to UNFCCC. IPCC will give its report to UNFCCC. ठीक है. It will not carry out its own research and assesses human induced climate change. So it will not carry out its own research. It will go and seek the research data from every country and then verify ki acha this is your research data, so this will be the human induced climate change. ठीक है. Plus if this is the problem, what is the solution? Adaptation के लिए क्या करना चाहिए आपको, mitigation के लिए क्या करना चाहिए? All of this has to be suggested by IPCC itself. ठीक है. That is why IPCC will come up with 3 reports. ठीक है. One report is the scientific basis. So IPCC का report number 1 will tell कि इस country में इतना methane emissions हुआ. This country has led to this much amount of carbon dioxide emissions. This much amount of deforestation, मतलब extra carbon dioxide emitted. So all these scientific data will be given in report 1. ठीक है. Report 2 will be talking about vulnerability and vulnerable communities. So agricultural community, women, children, farming plus poor community, and all other vulnerable communities will be discussed and vulnerabilities will be discussed. ठीक है. Plus animals who will also be facing some kind of extinction threat. All of this will be analyzed in report number 2. Plus there is a third report. In the third report, it is talking about these are the problems. We showed you the data, we showed you the vulnerability. You need to take such and such steps. In mitigation इसमें and adaptation में you need to take such and such steps. ठीक है. So this is the working group 1, 2 and 3 का report. That is what they analyze. And the 7th assessment report का cycle has begun. ठीक है. 2007 में IPCC even got Nobel Peace Prize and 2018 में it came up with a report, special report on ocean cryosphere in a changing climate. So what is the effect of changing climatic condition and its effect on polar ice caps? ठीक है, that was studied by IPCC in 2018 under this report. ठीक है. Next organization, again part of UN, this is World Meteorological Organization, WMO. ठीक है. As we discussed, UNEP along with World Meteorological Organization will come up with a report called IPCC. मतलब these two together has this IPCC. ठीक है. IPCC as an organization will be looking after the assessment reports. ठीक है. Now talking about WMO. WMO, it's an intergovernmental organization and a specialized agency of UN. ठीक है. India is also party to WMO, that is World Meteorological Organization. We need to remember 2 reports that it comes up with. One is the status of global climate report. This is the status of global climate report, and greenhouse gas bulletin, that is also released by World Meteorological Organization. And 2023 में future of weather, climate and water across generation. So what will be the future generations, what will be the crisis that we will be facing with respect to climate and water? This was analyzed by World Meteorological Organizations. ठीक है. Then we have BirdLife International, again a organization which is within UN. ठीक है. BirdLife International or BirdLife International, this also is a partner organization to Ramsar. Partner organization to Ramsar. ठीक है. BirdLife International comes up with important bird and biodiversity area. So it will enlist, ठीक है, Pulicat Lake is a important bird and biodiversity area, that is IBBA. If you are enlisting some organization, some area, if BirdLife International has enlisted some area under IBBA site, that means it is very important because maybe it is calling migratory bird species or ensuring endemic species of birds to flourish in that area. In that case, they will be enlisting that region under IBBA. ठीक है. Now, BirdLife International itself works within with various countries amongst its members. So, its Indian counterpart, Indian branch of BirdLife International is the Bombay Natural History Society, that is BNHS. ठीक है. Then we have International Whaling Commission. International Whaling Commission began in 1946. Why was this initiated is because most of the East Asian countries, for example, Japan, Taiwan, China, some of the coastal region of Russia, they used to consume whale, ठीक है, which has led to decline in species, certain species of whales, ठीक है. So because of which we had to come up with an international treaty which was talking about conservation and preservation of certain specific whale species. But in general, they are called as International Whaling Commission. ठीक है. Why is it running into news is because Japan has withdrawn from International Whaling Commission, along with Iceland and Norway did not join this for a long period of time. So Iceland and Norway are also not party to International Whaling Commission. But recently Japan has withdrawn from this organization, and that is why it was into news. ठीक है. India is a member of International Whaling Commission, although it is not commonly consumed in India, but we are a member to this, and it is a voluntary organization that we need to remember. It is not mandatory. For example, even if you are a member to this organization, it is not mandatory for you to even if you are a member to United Nations, it is not mandatory for you to become member to International Whaling Commission. So it is a voluntary organization. Okay? And it is not having its own backup treaty. Okay? So if you are member of Whaling Commission, it is mandatory for you to not carry out whaling, या whaling नहीं कर सकते हो आप, you cannot consume whale, you cannot kill. So commercial exploitation of whale is not possible. इस तरीके का treaty they do not have. ठीक है? So they do not have a backup treaty, and that is why we call them as voluntary organization. Okay. Now with that we come to the end of important organizations associated to environment and their reports. I wish you all the very best, and thank you so much.